What I like about math today is that our number stories are a little bit different in that they involve animals. So we're going to look at animal number stories today. And we are going to solve animal number stories. And we're going to continue to use place value. So we're going to continue to use our understanding of place value to add and subtract. You have this poster in your math journal. This is on math journal page 146. And the title of this poster is Animal Heights and Lengths. So it's the Animal Heights and Lengths poster, and it's on page 146 in your math journal, volume 2. So let's take a look at this, and you can look at it here or in your own math journal. So I just want you to take a look and kind of think about the lengths, so how long something is, and the heights, how tall something is, of the animals. Which animal is the longest? Which animal is the shortest? Well, taking up most of the page, we have the blue whale right here, right? We can see him. He's taking up most of the page here. He is the longest animal, and he is 1,176 inches, or 98 feet. And the shortest animal is the ostrich. He is 108 inches, or 9 feet. We can give the height or length of an animal or person in inches and feet. Remember that 12 inches equals, do you remember? Say it out loud to yourself if you remember. 1 foot. So 12 inches equals 1 foot. So when you're measuring with a ruler, right, your ruler is 1 foot long, or 12 inches long. And remember that because an inch is shorter than a foot, there are more inches than feet when we look at the measurements of the same animal. Let's talk a little bit about the two words that are in the title of the poster. It didn't show up very well. I'll do that in red then. Lengths and heights, or length and height. See if I can underline height without crossing it out very well. There we go. Length and height. So length, I'll spell that over here too. Length, can you say that for me? Length is the distance across something from one end to the other. So think about a boat. So the length of a boat from one end to end. So from end to end. The length of a boat is from end to end. And then we have height. I'll spell that over here. H-E-I-G-H-T. Height. Can you say that for me? Height. So height is when we talk about how tall someone or something is, such as the height of a second grader. And that's from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. So which word would you use to describe the size of the giraffe? Would you use length or height? You would use height to describe the giraffe because the giraffe can stand up on its feet. And we use height to talk about how tall someone or something is from top to bottom. top to bottom. What other animals would you use for the word height from that poster? How about the polar bear and the ostrich? The other ones we'd be talking about length. The distance across something from one end to the other. So we have the crocodile like that, the blue whale, right? The length. Oh, look at that giant squid. I always think giant squids are so cool looking. All right, so the length of something. So we're going to use this is a word that we've talked about before. We're going to use the data or information from this animal heights and lengths poster to make up or create and solve our own number stories. So today I only want you to use the measures in feet. In later lessons, we'll use the measures in inches. So today, feet only, feet. Feet. All right, let's do one together. I want to imagine the crocodile and the giant squid lying nose to nose. And we want to find the total length in feet of both the animals together. I'm going to display a parts and total diagram, and you can already see that I have put in a unit box with the label feet, because that is the unit that we're talking about. We're talking about feet. So I'm going to show you a parts and total diagram. Parts and total is a perfect diagram for this because we have the two parts and we are trying to find what the two parts equal together. We're trying to find the total of the two parts, right? So we don't have a missing part right here. We are trying, and we're not trying to compare anything. We are adding these two parts together. So let's look at the crocodile. Remember, we're adding in feet. The crocodile, 23 feet. And the squid, 55 feet. So we need to find the total. You may already be adding mentally in your head, and you might have started at the big number, 55, and added the tens from the second number over here in the parts, right? So you might have said 55 plus 20 equals 75, and then added the ones. 75 plus 3 equals 78. And you might have said the total length is 78 feet. And don't forget the feet part, because we have units. Unit is feet. So you might have already done that mentally. You might have started with the largest number, because that's always the best number to start with. So we have less to add. And you might have added mentally 55 plus 20, 55, 65, 75, and then the three ones, 75, 76, 77, 78. You might have done that. And it would look something like this. $55 plus 20 is 75. And then we had our three ones. 76, 77, 78. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. 76, 77. Squish it in there. 78. So what I just did mentally, I'm just showing you on the open number line, just so you can see what that looks like. Today in your math journal, you are going to write and solve 2 number stories. And the 2 number stories are going to be different than what I just showed you. So you are not going to add the crocodile, the length of the crocodile plus the length of the squid. So you are going to have something different, but you can pick other animals to add together or subtract. It's your choice. But you're going to write and solve 2 number stories. And you're going to use information or data from the animal heights and lengths poster. And what I really like when you get into your math journal and on page 147, there's already an example of what the number story of what one might look like. For example, it says, how much longer is the giant squid than the giraffe? And they show you the number model, they show you a comparison diagram, and then the answer. And so you'll come up with 2 more that are different.